All right, guys, today we're gonna do another neighborhood tour of New Brunswick. We're gonna talk about Ward 2 today, the largest ward in New Brunswick. I've got a lot of streets to cover, so let's get going. So some key pieces of information about Ward 2. It really runs from where downtown New Brunswick ends all the way to the back of New Brunswick until you get into North Brunswick. It's between Livingston Ave and really the other border by Route 1. So it's a huge area of New Brunswick. I feel like when they did the wards decades ago, maybe they got lazy, like, just give this whole thing to Ward 2. And that's what it is. It's got a ton of homes, a ton of multifamily. Honestly, very similar to some of the other wards in New Brunswick. So if you've watched some of those other videos, which I could link in the description below, very similar home description. Majority of homes in New Brunswick were built kind of like in the roaring 20s. So that's kind of the style of home you will see in Ward 2. So I'm going to show you a couple of streets and help you get a feel for it. So you will see more boarded up houses in Ward 2 than any other area of New Brunswick. It is an area that got hit really hard during 2008. There were a lot of foreclosures, a lot of short sales. Some of the areas can be a little tough to be on at night, but there's still a lot of opportunity in Ward 2. If you're looking for deals, Ward 2 is really where you want to look and where a lot of people do look. You'll see a lot of short sales, foreclosures. I shouldn't say a lot, but if they happen in this section of New Brunswick mostly. But all the homes are very similar in style. The main commercial road in Ward 2 is Remsen, which is what I'm on right now, Remsen Ave. And the closer you get to North Brunswick on Remsen Ave, the more it improves. Now, as far as average price is concerned in Ward 2, in my opinion, it's the cheapest area of New Brunswick, so you can get the best bang for your buck. The houses usually need a little bit more work. Some of the neighborhoods are not quite there yet. As far as average prices go, single families, you'll see in the 300,000 to 400,000 range. Multis, 400,000 to 500,000. Sometimes a little bit higher if it's like a 4-family. It really depends. Okay, so this is a hidden gem of Ward 2, guys. We are in what I like to call the Cook Douglas neighborhood of Ward 2. It's really 2 blocks between Nickel and Paul Robeson Boulevard, also Handy Street. And this is where a lot of students live who go to Rutgers, but go to the Cook Douglas campus. Honestly, it almost feels like a different town. It's got a good, like an up-and-coming vibe. The houses are well taken care of. They're a lot more valuable. So I know I talked about getting deals, but this is like the quote-unquote richer area of Ward 2, and partially because it's a student area, so students just command like a higher rent. It's a very good neighborhood of Ward 2. I'm a big fan of it. And then it borders Rutgers, so if you kind of see down here at the end, like this is, okay, this is a bad example. That's the water treatment plant, but Cook Douglas is right on the left over here. So this is a hidden gem of Ward 2 for sure. So why would you consider buying in Ward 2? Ward 2's got something for everyone. So there's plenty of owner occupants in Ward 2. There's also plenty of investors in Ward 2. There's the more up and coming area of Ward 2, the Cook Douglas section. And then frankly, there's the rest of it, which is still, very undervalued, some would say. It's where you can find deals. It's where you can find opportunities. There's lots of 2, 3, and 4 family. A lot of those houses do need work, I will tell you. And I will also tell you, in Ward 2, the closer you get to North Brunswick, the higher the property value because the neighborhood changes a little bit. So it's really got something for everyone. I mean, if you're just starting out and you're like a real estate investor, like it's a popular area for people to look in because they think they're gonna buy a foreclosure or a short sale, you might, and they exist over there for sure.